Welcome to Onslow County today. I'm your host, Lisa Whitman-Grice, and you can see once again we are out and about doing some behind-the-scenes visits today at the OAJ, Albert J. Ellis Airport. We're going to learn more about what this incredible vehicle is here behind me later on in the show. Of course, we want to welcome all of our guests here to talk about splashing into summer, summer safety, summer fun, and some reminders for you and your family to enjoy here in Onslow County. We're so glad you're joining us for Onslow County today. Welcome back to Onslow County today. Joining us is Laquisha Cadwallader. I always love to say your name because it's like lyrical. Laquisha, it is so good to have you here from Onslow County Park and Rec.
It's good to be here.
I say, oh, it's summertime. They're going to be super busy. But I don't know that there's a time that you're not super busy.
There is not a time that we're not super busy. Even in our downtime, we are super busy.
Getting ready for what's next.
Yes, ma'am, always.
So it's summertime, and you were here with us, a few months ago, and we know that summer camp is full.
Yes.
It's been full.
Yes.
You are jam-packed.
Yes, ma'am.
Ready to go for the kiddos.
Yes.
And they'll be coming on board very, very soon.
Very soon.
Very soon.
Yes.
But you also have some great summer events. And we want to kick off with your June events because your first event is very soon.
Yes, on June 4th, we're holding our youth fishing derby at our Hines Farm Park at the pond there. And that's going to begin at 9 a.m. on June the 4th and go into 11 a.m. And the kids just come out and they get to fish, and we give prizes and awards for the smallest fish caught and the biggest fish caught as well.
Well, and that's a little bit of a change of venue for you all. I know that a long time ago it was held out at one of the training grounds.
Right.
And now that we've opened Hines Farm and Park, it has the best ponds.
It does. It really does. And people love to come out there and they love to fish and they actually catch really great catches. So yeah, we're excited.
And you all worked really closely with Fish and Game and North Carolina Wildlife to make sure that the habitat was right and the type of fishes there are all happy and healthy. Yes,
ma'am. Yes, they are really good partners with us, and they ensure that we have a good time and that people can really come out and catch some fish.
Well, years ago, my daughter and her father went fishing years ago. And I think it's not so much about what you catch, but the time spent together.
Absolutely.
Talk about how the families coming together in that, just that quiet time of fishing.
Yes, we have families come out, and it ranged from ages like 5 to 16, and they come out with their families and they just fish and they just have a good time. There's a good time for them to talk and catch up with things of life, but also enjoy that outside time and catch some fish.
Now, if you had some reminders to tell folks about what to do as they're coming out for that day, what are some things they might want to bring? Sunscreen?
Yes, bring some sunscreen, insect repellent, maybe even a hat to keep that sun from beating down. Bring your fishing rods, some bait. We will have some bait there in case they run out, but your fishing rods, all your fishing gear, maybe some chairs to sit down, if you want to take a break.
And also, if they're out at Hines Farm, take a look around the park itself and check out this new venture that you all have.
Absolutely. There's cabins out there where you can come and rent the cabins. We've got some horses out there, just different things, just some fun times.
It's a very different kind of park than we've had before, so it's a really neat place.
Yes, it is.
Now, to participate in the fishing derby, do you do pre-registration? Is there a fee?
There is pre-registration. It is full, but we are taking walk-up registrants. So if you want to come anyway, you can come and walk in and register the day of.
All right, fantastic. So that's the fishing derby.
Yes.
Then what have you got going on next?
Then on June 11th, we're going to try something different, and we're going to do Mario Kart in the park at Onslow Pines.
Now tell me what Mario Kart, I know Mario, I know video games.
Yes, it's esports. They play it on the Nintendo Switch. So they'll come out and we'll put out our big projector and kids get to come out and enjoy and also show off their skills.
So they're driving Mario Kart, but they're going to see it on the big screen.
On the big screen, yes.
Oh, that sounds cool.
Yes, and it'll be bracketed style scoring, so it'll be like a tournament style.
Very cool. Again, pre-registration?
Pre-registration on onslow.recdesk.com. We'll have some food trucks out there, and we're going to give away some prizes if they want to build their own Mario Kart before they come. And whoever builds the best one, we'll give out some prizes for that.
And remind me again about the time.
It begins at 7, and then they'll start playing around sunset, about 8:30 p.m.
Okay, so this is a nighttime event, out and about, driving on that big screen.
Yes.
Sounds really exciting.
Yes, we're looking forward to it.
I know some little guys that would and girls that would love that.
Yes,
that
ma'am.
would love it.
Yep.
All right, so Mario Kart in the park.
Yes.
After dark.
After dark. That's right.
So then what have you got going on?
Then on June 25th, we're going to have a movie in the park, an outdoor movie in the park. We're going to be playing Harry Potter.
The best.
Yes.
All right,
yes,
and that's
ma'am.
the 25th. That's not one of your camp out nights. That's just movie in the park.
No, that's just movie in the park. Yes, ma'am. We're going to have a food truck, popcorn food truck out there. Different activities associated with Harry Potter that'll go on before the start of the movie.
Well, that wasn't a broom going by. That was an airplane going by. But we'll be on the lookout, right?
Yes, ma'am.
For a magical time.
Absolutely.
Now, also, you guys are partnering with one of our community agencies on June Saturday the 18th.
Yes.
For a special community celebration. What are you all doing that day?
We're celebrating Juneteenth, and that'll be done at Georgetown Community Park. And we're partnering with them just to have a good time to celebrate the freedom time of Juneteenth.
Okay, and you're hosting a special kind of tournament, I understand.
We are hosting a special tournament. We're hosting a basketball tournament.
Okay.
It'll be 3-on-3, and they can register. There's a QR code that's out there. They can Google the Juneteenth celebration, and there's a QR code that they can go and they can register for that.
Okay, so that Freedom Day celebration on Juneteenth.
Yes, ma'am.
And then last but not least, because it's a month away, but we need to start getting ready and finding the right, red, white, and blue regalia to wear.
That's right.
It's time for Freedom Festival.
It is time for Freedom Fest, and we are very excited. Our 4th of July Freedom Fest is coming up very soon. We're going to have it at Onslow Pines Park. It's going to start at 3 p.m. We're going to have a kids zone this year. We had to modify it a little last year due to COVID, but this year we're going big. We're going big.
Okay, going big. I'm excited.
Yes,
And then
ma'am.
you're going to have entertainment?
We are going to have entertainment. North Tower Band is coming, and also Darius Mitchell and the Professionals will be there.
All right, and then of course fireworks.
Of course, fireworks. Yes,
now,
ma'am.
food trucks or food vendors?
Food vendors, food trucks, some exhibitors, some small shop businesses, some face painting. We'll have Mr. Twister out there, a balloon artist for the children.
So fun.
Yes, a fun time.
I will tell you that, when I've been out and been at your festivals, the kids, the face painting is not what we used to, the little butterfly.
Right.
No, this is full on,
Full
beautiful.
face, yes ma'am.
It's gorgeous. Now, we all know that Onslow Pines Road is a 2-lane residential road.
Yes.
Connecting 53 and 17 as folks get to Onslow Pines Park.
Right.
I know you all are very, very mindful of your neighbors.
Yes.
And also of the traffic flow, and you have some reminders for folks about safety, parking.
Yes, we'll have plenty of parking, and we'll have some parking attendants out there to help with the parking. We're going to notify the neighbors, that we will be out there with the fireworks and things like that. We'll have the sheriff's department out there to help direct traffic as well and keep some good crowd control.
Very good. Well, it is always a fantastic event and a great celebration.
Yes.
Laquisha, if folks want to know more, let's direct them to your website, your social media, which is so outstanding, and your telephone number.
Yes, they can go to Facebook always and find out about all of our events. If they want to register for any of these events, onslow.recdesk.com, and they can find all of our program and events on onslowcountync.gov.
Well, it is always a pleasure talking with you. I'm looking forward to the summer and everything you've got going on.
Yes.
And, take a kid fishing, as I've heard lots of folks say.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, it's going to be fun.
Thank you, Laquisha.
Thank you, Miss Lisa.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is our official host for this production, Chris White, our airport director. Chris, thank you for having us here today.
Well, thank you for joining us.
You know, we've had an enormous, you'll have to tell me a name again, the Air Force plane that we saw take off.
We had a C-130.
A C-130. I've seen 2 commercial flights from American, and then a private plane. And that's been in the hour that I've been here. So that has been pretty remarkable to watch today.
The airport has been busy in the last several years, and we see 30 to 40,000 operations per year.
That is fantastic. What a great celebration and what a wonderful asset for our community. We're all ready, Chris, to go on summer vacation. We are ready to get out of town, to maybe get out of state and beyond. And OAJ is our pathway to get there. And we want to talk about, of course, summer travel. So what are some best tips you can give to make our travel time easier and more relaxing?
The number one tip is to book your travel early. That way you'll get the best seats, the best schedules, and the best pricing.
Okay.
We are already seeing deals all the way into Europe, as well as across the United States that are popping up. But our airplanes are pretty full. People have returned to flying. You no longer have to wear a mask, and you can travel pretty much anywhere you want.
Now, we know that you all can get us to so many places, and your major hub, where are we gonna, if we take off from here, where are we headed?
You're gonna fly through either Charlotte or Atlanta, depending on which air carrier you choose. And then from those destinations, you could fly virtually anywhere in the world.
Anywhere in the world.
Hundreds of destinations directly, so one stop gets you to the world, as we say.
That is a great, I mean, what a terrific mindset, and then off we go. Now, first thing we're gonna do is book early, plan that, get the best seats, get the best price, get the best fare and times. What's next?
Pack for your destination. If you're going somewhere warm, obviously pack such that you'll do that, and check the weather before you go. You don't want to carry any more baggage than you need to, because the airlines do charge you for additional baggage. You can pack, if you're going for just a couple of days, you can pack in a carry-on bag and avoid those additional fees.
Fantastic. Okay, so pack for where you're headed and check the weather. Don't want to be surprised and get there and maybe things have dropped off or a lot hotter than you anticipated.
That's right.
All right, so what's next?
Expect the unexpected.
Okay.
Just like, and this would apply no matter what your mode of transportation is. You may encounter a delay here or there, so make sure you've got phone chargers with you, and that you don't pack or you don't check any items in your checked luggage that are critical, such as keys or travel documents.
Okay.
Bring snacks for the kids, books, make sure all your devices are charged. Nowadays, most airplanes do have power outlets on them, so bring your USB cables and so forth to connect. Most of the flights also have onboard entertainment, so bring a screen with you, a tablet or something that can connect to Wi-Fi, and it's free entertainment on board the aircraft. Bring your earphones as well. So,
okay.
And that'll make your travel a little bit more enjoyable while you're in the air.
Fantastic. All right. Plan early, then think about your destination, and of course, what you're packing and how you're packing it, and expect the unexpected, as we should do.
And finally, enjoy the journey. We all get caught up in day-to-day things, but enjoy the trip as well. It doesn't have to be stressful. There's some good shopping at a lot of these airports. You can also get a good meal as you travel, and if you demonstrate patience for your fellow man, you'll have a more enjoyable journey.
Fantastic. Now, we do have to say that normally you and I would visit in the terminal, kind of walking down and talking about the options here. But we also love to do some behind the scenes and some unsung heroes that we don't always get to see. And so today we are at your very own Albert J. Ellis OAJ fire station. And I don't know that folks realize you have your very own fire department.
The airport's like a little city. We have our own fire department and our own police department here as well. There's public works and so forth. But our fire department is here just in case something happens. They're specially trained to deal with aircraft emergencies, and they're dedicated. They're here during all airline operations, And they have specialty equipment like what's just behind us.
Well, this is fantastic. We were talking with Captain Horn earlier, and I said, Captain Horn, I would not dare call this a truck. This is far beyond a fire truck. Tell us what this is.
This truck is known as an Arf Truck, Aircraft Rescue Firefighting, but it's more specifically made by Oshkosh in Wisconsin, and it's a global striker.
A global striker. Now, this is the most well-equipped vehicle, although a little while earlier off camera, we did say it did seem a little like something from a very well-known space franchise. Like this is straight out of Star Wars here.
Yes.
Tell us what it does.
Well, this truck is designed to put out fires, mainly create an exit path for anyone who might have survived an accident. So it's designed to be operated by one firefighter, who drive right into the fire, put out the fire, or create an exit pathway. It utilizes foam and several other different types of extinguishing agents. You can't use fire on gasoline or a fuel fire, so you have to use foam that smothers it. And this truck is designed with the latest and greatest. It has thermal imaging, so it can see where people are in the dark or smoke. And the operator can do all of this without leaving the vehicle.
Wow.
It carries 1,500 gallons of water and enough foam concentrate to do several loads of foam, and can be fed through. We practice with Back Swamp and other volunteer fire departments in the area, so they can feed it water. And we have 2 of these trucks. This is being the newest. This was just delivered to us a few months ago, and it's our #1 truck, as we call it now.
This is pretty fabulous and just fantastic. But it's also, you know, like we always talk with any emergency responder, the goal is to not use it, but to train and be ready when it's time.
We train constantly. We recently held a full-scale exercise, worked with the Marine Corps, and all our local responders, from the Sheriff's Office and the Highway Patrol, all the way through several volunteer fire departments, including Fountaintown and Back Swamp and 9 Mile and many others.
All of your neighbors here.
All of these, because we work together to make sure that it's safe for people to travel. And in case of a large accident or a large event like that, we want to be ready.
Absolutely. Well, Chris, we appreciate you taking the time and to explain not just how we need to travel, but how hard your team works to make sure that we're all kept safe. When we're kind of reminding our viewers again about visiting Onslow County or flying in and out of OAJ, what are some things you want to remind them about our special airport?
Well, we always say fly local, support your local businesses as well as your local airport, avoid that long drive, and fly OAJ.
Chris, as always, thank you so much for your time.
Thank you.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us is Matt Mano, who is our communications specialist with the Onslow County Public Library. Matt, welcome.
Hello.
So I know that you've not been the least bit busy. I haven't seen you. I don't even know what's going on. No, you guys are moving like whirling dervishes, getting ready for summer reading. And we want to remind our viewers that you all have a big kickoff coming up, and then what summer reading is all about and who is it for?
We do. So our summer reading, our youth programmers and program assistants and everybody at the library has been busy planning and getting ready for these next couple months. Our summer reading program, which is of course for all ages, we're kicking off June 1st. It will start, but we do the big kickoff at Onslow Pines Park June 11th. So June 11th from 9 o'clock to 11 o'clock a.m. We'll have community partners out there. We'll have the Sheriff's Department, Possumwood Acres. We'll be doing some dance parties, crafts, and activities. So just a great time for all the community to come down, have some fun outside, spend a couple hours with their friends, and then get ready to start reading.
And when you say it's for all ages, we talk about the value of reading from birth and beyond.
Absolutely.
Because that love of the word and love of reading is something you all want to instill at the very beginning.
It is, and you know, of course, if you ever come to a story time, parents know we go off of the Every Child Ready to Read structure. So you know, we want to play, we want to write, we want to talk, we want to read, of course, and we want to sing. We have lots of fun in story times. Those are all concepts and principles that we use to help our kids get ready to read. And one of the important things with our summer reading program is it's not just for the little kids, but it's for our school-age kids. We want to prevent the summer slide, all that education that they just got this last school year. You know, we don't want them losing that throughout the summer. So keeping their brains fresh and keeping the synapses roaring and going, we want to make sure that they're reading and ready to start back in the next school year, ready to go. And so, you know, our school-age kids, our teens, and also our adults too. Adults, we want to participate as well. And we have our weekly prize drawings for kids, we have gift cards for adults, we have Kindle Fires we give away at the end. So it's not just about reading and about logging that reading, but it's also about coming to the library and learning even more than just the pages that you're reading, but the programs that we're going to be doing. We'll have Hammocks Beach State Park doing programs for us. The National Weather Service is going to be sending some people out. We'll be doing programs with Sturgeon City. Who else will we have?
The Onslow County Museum.
We will. We'll be doing fossils with the Onslow County Museum. There's a ton of partners that are going to be coming in and helping us at all 4 of the branches. So of course everybody knows we have Jacksonville, Richlands, Sneads Ferry, and Swansboro. So there's a little place all over the county. So you can visit the closest one, you can visit all of them, you can attend any of our programs, and they're all free.
Well, you know, in talking with all the program assistants and the youth services folks at the library, each branch has its own personality.
It really does.
Now it's all focused and we all share themes, but at each branch there'll be a little bit of a different twist on that theme that you have going on for the summer, and we want you to remind folks about that theme.
Absolutely. So this summer we are oceans of possibilities. So you're going to be seeing us catching waves, you're going to be seeing us doing lots of beach-themed activities, some ocean creatures, whales, jellyfish, all sorts of things we'll be kicking off, and we'll be probably underwater exploring the depths of the ocean while we're at it too.
Fantastic. You know, as a child growing up watching Jacques Cousteau, the ocean is my most favorite place, any of them.
And so much is still to be discovered.
And so much to be discovered. Now, Matt, of course, we want to remind folks how to find out how to register for summer reading and to follow all of the programs that are scheduled. So give us our best resources.
All right, so if you're going to register, which you got to, it's going to be at ocpl.readsquared.com. So you can download the app. We have an app for it too. It's the same thing, Read Squared. You can register your family under one account and then just log everybody's minutes for the kids. Super simple to do. You can log all your minutes at the end of the week or log them every day, whatever you prefer. And then if they want all the information on our programs, of course, our website and social media. So if they just go to www.onslowcountync.gov/library, we have a special summer reading tab right at the top. They can click it and it'll show everything happening for them.
All right. And of course, at all the branches, beautiful newsletters, hot off the presses.
Yes, summer newsletters, ready to roar.
Ready to go. So look for that cute cover model you've got for this year's, for this quarter's edition.
I got my little guy on the front cover.
So it looks fantastic. So check out the newsletter, all the social media, go to the website, visit your local branch.
Yes.
All right. Well, Matt, we are ready for summer reading. We're going to dive deep.
As are we. We look forward to seeing everybody.
Well, thank you so much, and we'll see you next time.
Absolutely.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us is Tara Taylor with Onslow County Cooperative Extension and our 4-H program. Tara, thanks for being here.
Thank you for having me.
So, you know, we get to visit a few times a year to where you've got big things going on, like the holidays or, you know, sort of prepping for special events like the fair. But the summertime in 4-H, I mean, you all have a catalog of activities that you do.
Yes, ma'am. 4-H is huge in the summer because the kids are out of school, so it's a lot of time for them to get to enjoy programming that they may not have the availability for in the regular school year because they're busy doing so many other things.
And it has to be able to be paid for, and it's a big program. And one of the favorite things, and I know that kids hated the years that we weren't able to do it, is you all are doing sleepaway camp.
It is one of the best things your kids can do is to get away from Onslow County and get away from home and get the opportunity to learn and grow and make new friends. And so it's an expensive opportunity. It's not expensive when you compare to other camps.
Sure.
But it is an ACA accredited camp, and so it's around $500 a child. And we have 19 young people going to camp, and we have 21 LITs, which is leaders in training, which are also 4-Hers, but they're old enough to go and be leaders. And so with 21 kids going to camp, it's a big expense. We're taking a bus to camp this year. And so we're trying to raise money by having a car wash.
Now, tell us when it is and where it is and what we're going to be looking for.
Okay, so we're going to be having it right there at the Extension office, which is the same place as the farmers market.
Sure.
And it'll be on June 9th from 10 to 2. And we're only accepting donations. So it won't be any cost per se. We're not going to limit you to only pay $5 for a car wash, because you might think that it's worth more than that. And so we're going to have people come by, and we'll just have the kids out there washing cars and having a good time. We're going to be located down by the farmers market, because our parking lot's very busy.
Sure.
So look for us. We'll have signs. We'll have young people out ready to wash your cars, and you can just stop by, and we'll have more than one station going on. And the kids are going to get to have fun that day too, because this will be the first time that some of these young people have met each other. So we're also going to have a pizza party and really enjoy just making friends and washing cars. And it's certainly hot enough outside for them to have fun with water hoses, that's for sure.
Well, you know, we all have these visions of summer camp, right? I love summer camp. My kids love summer camp. And then, you know, we all have seen Parent Trap and what that must be. You know, oh my gosh, you're going to go on hikes, and and you all are, but you're going to one of the most horrific sites that really the whole state has to offer.
It's a very nice camp, yes ma'am. This is the Eastern 4-H Center. It's located in Columbia, North Carolina, which is in Terrell County, and it's a waterfront camp. It's on Bulls Bay, and so the kids get to experience some really neat things like kayaking, canoeing, fishing, of course rock climbing and archery, and they do get to do some hiking and environmental exploration as well. But it's air conditioned, so we're certainly not roughing it by any means, and the kids are just going to have a great time. This will be the third time my own daughter has gone to camp, and it's one of her most favorite things to do during the year.
Well, you know, it is, like you said, it would be great if every child had that experience.
Right.
And it can be costly, but that's what this car wash is for.
That's right, it is. And we're looking for donations for materials. If you want to make any donations of sponges or car wash items, you can certainly drop those off to the Extension office as well.
Fantastic. Now, again, this is the big push right now. We're really focused on getting those kiddos to sleepaway camp. But again, we also said you all have a whole catalog of cool things going on this summer.
We do. We have a big summer program planned. We've actually already started off with some interest meetings to get those big projects going. We have a new rabbit project going this summer, where the young people are actually getting their own rabbit, and they're going to participate in workshops. And then at the end of the summer, they'll be able to do a show with their rabbit, and they can elect to keep the rabbit or return the rabbit if it's too much for them to keep throughout the whole year. And then they'll also get to participate potentially in a rabbit show at the county fair. So there's some room for it to be a project that lasts the whole year. And it's a great project because you get to learn the responsibility and the life lessons that go with having livestock, because a rabbit is considered livestock. Right. But it also is something that is small enough that you can keep it on small land. You don't need to have a farm to raise a rabbit. So that's pretty cool. And we've actually just started a brand new shooting sports program, and we had over 60 families attending the very first meeting. So we're pretty excited about that too.
Okay, so much. I mean, 4-H prepares you from everything from livestock to public speaking to robotics. I mean, 4-H is not the 4-H of when I was a kid, and it has just such a vast opportunity.
Right, there's plenty to do in 4-H, and it's really just about what your desires are. If you want to explore more with gardening or cooking or canning, you can, but you can also do science and STEM activities as well. And we even have one little fella that stopped by the office yesterday, and he is signed up to do his presentation for District Activity Day on rocketry.
Love
And
it.
so, I mean, it's something that he's excited about. He has a family member that works at NASA, and so he felt that connection, and that there was a category he could enroll in for that. So we have all sorts of things planned for the summer, and if people would like to get signed up for that, they can reach out to us at the office, and we can tell them how to get registered.
That is fantastic. Well, again, 4-H just offers so much for all ages, from your little clover buds right on up to your LITs.
That's right, ages 5 to 18.
Well, fantastic. One more time, let's remind everybody about the big car wash, but then, of course, how do we find out more and how do we reach you?
Okay, so our car wash is on June 9th. It's right there at the Extension office from 10 to 2. And we're just taking donations, so no exact cost. Just bring some cash, throw it in the pot, get your car washed. And then in order to get up with us, if you have questions about the car wash or questions about our summer program, or just if you would like to sign your child up to participate in 4-H, there's no fee for membership. Membership is free. And so our phone number is 910-455-5873.
Fantastic. Well, Tara Taylor, thank you, and have a great time at summer camp.
Oh, it's going to be a blast. Thank you for having us.
Welcome back to Onslow County Today, and joining us now is Tamika Johnson and Debbie Sones with the Onslow County Department of Social Services. Thank you both so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Now, we've had our wonderful friend from Park and Rec talking about the fun there, and 4-H fun, and travel fun, and summertime. That's what it's supposed to be about. But of course, even with fun, we have to be mindful of safety. And Debbie, we're going to start with you, because my kids, when they were little, loved the pool and loved the beach more than anything in the world.
Yes, ma'am.
But there are certain dangers that come along, and we want to talk about water safety. So talk to us about, some statistics, what we, why are we concerned about this? What do we see? And then what are some of those reminders for our caregivers?
Drowning is the leading cause of death for children 1 to 4 years old, and the second leading cause of death for children 5 to 14.
And that's so hard to imagine, especially for our older kiddos. We talk about the importance of swim lessons, and always saying, be careful, be careful, be careful. And the thing that they really enjoy the most is so dangerous. So imagine that these are the leading causes of death for these children. It's pretty sad to think about something that that they love so much. So for them to get that ultimate wonderful experience, what do we want to remind our caregivers about in terms of water safety?
So for starters, drowning is very quick. So we would ask that all caretakers supervise their children at all times, whether they're in the water or near the water. We ask them to, if they don't know how to swim, to learn how to swim and teach their children how to swim. There's swimming lessons throughout Onslow County and with parks and recs as well this summer. We ask if you have a fence, and if it's possible to if you have a pool, to fence that in with a 4-foot fence, and to learn CPR. That is very important. It is a lifesaver when it comes to water safety and drowning. Onslow County Emergency Services will provide free CPR sessions this summer. Those dates are not up yet, but they can follow the Facebook page to get those dates. And then Red Cross offers it online and a blended class throughout the year.
Well, when you do think about it, there is nothing faster on this planet, like not a cheetah, not anything faster than a toddler, right? And when you said that drowning is so quick, they can get away from you so quickly and be out of eyesight for just a moment. Just a moment. And so always just being mindful of where they are, especially when you're at a pond or at a pool, at the beach, anywhere. So that mindfulness, eyes on kiddos all the time, knowing how quickly things can change. And then being prepared yourself as an adult. So learning to swim yourself, and also learning those CPR classes.
Yes.
Invaluable. Now the other thing is as a pool owner, like you said, we want to have fences around. I've also seen some things like alarms for pools, like if you're a pool owner and if a child accidentally gets into the pool, there's an alarm system.
Yes, so there's alarms for going out of your home or in the fence if you have a pool. And extended safety measures would be to use the life jackets in pools, beaches, or even if you're on a boat.
Okay. And again, about the beaches, always also being aware of the waterways, depth and things like rip currents and things like that.
Yes, ma'am.
All right. Debbie, is there anything else you want to add? Because we're going to jump to your friend here, Tamika.
No, ma'am, that's it.
Well, those are all fantastic tips. And in a place that is so surrounded with coastal and the river, these are all things we want to be so mindful of and just protecting our littles, Now, Tamika, on the other hand, we're in such a hurry and we're ready to go and we're in the car and we're going and off and about. And you really want to talk to us about the importance of car safety.
Yes.
And please share with us, sort of these top of mind things that you all want to make sure our viewers know.
So first we want them to know that leaving children in the car is very dangerous. It can be 57 degrees outside, but the temperature in the car can raise about 20 degrees pretty quick.
Okay.
Even with the window cracked, it's still hot. The car is turned off and it's still hot inside the car. Children can overheat very quickly. A lot of them are unable to get out of their booster seats, their car seats, their seat belts, or even if they're sleeping, their body temperature raises really quickly. Between 2019 and 2020, there have been 93 car deaths, and those are completely preventable.
Oh, and we've all been there. We're going to run into the grocery store and my kid's a big kid, right? They're 8, they're 9. They're like, no, I don't want to go in the car, Mom. Yes. I don't want to go in the store. It's going to be so fast. There again, just like you said, moments make a difference.
Absolutely.
Now, so we want to first be mindful then of how quickly a vehicle can heat up, and that our littles might be in their car seat, they might be in their seat belt, so even if they're hot, they can't get to the door, can't get to the window. But also, that mental checklist that we all have to go through. Talk a little bit about why that's so important.
So over 50% of children are left in the cars by their parents. Roughly about 18.9% are children are able to get into the cars and parents not know. There are the caretakers leave children in the car from daycares. They simply forget. And then there's a percentage of we're not sure how they got into the vehicle or that they were left in the vehicle. We want to make sure that when you are in the car, you always check your back seat. So one of the tips that I came across was bring a teddy bear. Taking the teddy bear out of the car seat, putting it in the front seat, so when you go grab your purse or whatever you're getting out of your car, that you see this teddy bear that reminds you there's a child in the back seat. So always look back. A lot of the newer vehicles have the reminders that pop up to let you know, check your back seat. But if you get in the habit of always looking in your back seat before you get out the car.
And that's right. So it's maybe not just that you're running errands or you've picked up your kiddo from school or childcare. Maybe they were playing and got in the car. It's accidentally left unlocked, and they get in because that's all the fun. And like you said, sometimes. Again, toddlers are super fast, and they also will go to sleep, and you just don't even, you find them hiding behind the couch asleep. They do all those great things that a 3-year-old does, and that also means falling asleep in the car.
Yes.
So always check that back seat. So we're doing our best, and then accidents happen. We're busy, we're distracted, and the worst is imaginable. We've left kiddo in the car. I'm that person at the store walking by and I see kiddo in the car.
Yes.
What do I do?
I need you. If you see something, say something, do something. Get that window open, call 911 to get that child out of the car.
We sometimes folks say, I don't want to be that neighbor. I don't want to be that person. Or if I break their window, that person might sue me.
Yes.
We don't care.
Don't worry about that. No.
Don't worry about
this
that.
is a child's life that is in danger.
And there are good Samaritan laws. We want people to know that if you're making a difference, if you're saving that child's life,
absolutely.
There's no excuse there.
There's not.
All right, so always being mindful, look in that back seat, know just how hot, not when it's and we know that it'll be 100 degrees here in July, but it doesn't have to be 100 degrees for it to be 100 degrees in that car.
No, it does not.
Look in the back seat, and then if you see something, say something.
Do something.
Do something. Now, you all offer such great parenting tips and guidance at Onslow County Department of Social Services. If folks have questions or anything about any of the services that you offer, what's the best way to reach you? I mean, they're at the Consolidated Human Services.
Yeah, so they can definitely call the Consolidated Human Services. They can reach out via email to leave a message, an email. Someone will get back with them to speak with them about whatever their question is. They can also come in person, and someone will come down and speak with them.
Fantastic. And of course, as we get into the summertime, both of the things that you all have shared today, and just safety in general, playground equipment, knowing where our kiddos are. Anything else sort of in terms of child safety that you'd remind us about as our kids are out of school? It's time.
Know where your children are at all times.
Know where your kiddos are.
Yes.
Well, thank you all for what you do for making our families happy and healthier and safe. And we appreciate your time today.
Thank you.
As always, we want to thank you for joining us for Onslow County today, and a very special thank you to each of our guests. Laquisha Cadwallader from Onslow County Park and Recreation. Chris White, our airport director and host for the day, who's invited us into this incredible facility. We also want to thank Matt Mano from Onslow County Public Library System, sharing with us that it's time for summer reading. Also a special thank you to Tara Taylor with Onslow County 4-H. It is summer camp time, and don't forget, go get your car washed on June the 9th. Finally, a special thank you to Debbie Sones and Tamika Johnson from Onslow County Department of Social Services, who brought some terrific summer safety tips for keeping our kiddos safe when they're around water, in the heat. Always be mindful about where your kiddos are. We are so glad that you've joined us for Onslow County today. It's summertime, and it is time to get out and explore your Onslow County today.